Hi YouTube, today is going to be a review of the Rzr 570. This is a 2012 model and I've had it for about 3.5 years. So we're going to do a roundup of how it's been over that period, and we're going to look at some of the features and why you would choose this vehicle over a different one.
This is the first day I picked the machine up from the dealership. It was very clean. After 3.5 years, it's not so clean. You can see the Polaris takeoff rims that I put on. And after installing the longer wheel studs, they went on pretty easy. The plastics after 3.5 years are actually still doing pretty well. There's no cracks. The only real problem was that rear sticker was starting to peel off after a period of time. Even though I didn't install a brush guard, the front end still looks pretty good, not too scraped up. And you can see the A-arm protectors just at the bottom there. This roof from EMP came with this little light inside. It was actually really handy at times. And the rear box has lots of tie down points so you can actually strap stuff in quite securely. The front end, you can see, not too scratched up, quite resilient really. And my trusty hook, which I've used to be pulled out many a time and to pull other people out. The winch controller on the shifter was a great improvement. I think these are available from Polaris. And there's the overall machine. Dirty, but still lots of life left. I think this machine is going to last for many years to come afterwards. And this is my homemade windscreen. And the most important part, it fits in a half-ton truck. It's actually a very fast machine. It goes well over 80 kilometers an hour when you want it to. And it's not afraid of the water either. I've been through some pretty deep puddles.
So who is this machine designed for? This machine is very much a trail riding machine. If you want to follow where a standard quad would go, this is the type of machine, and you want to carry 2 people and some equipment, then it's a very, very good machine. It's quite narrow, but you can get pretty big people in here without having to rub shoulders. That's one of the great things about this vehicle. It is very, very small, but it doesn't feel small when you're driving it. It's very comfortable, the seats are nice. It's not the most easy to get in and out of, as opposed to some of the bench seat type of machines like the Ranger, for instance. But what it does very, very well. So this vehicle has just under 2,000 kilometers on there. So it's actually pretty low, I guess, for 3.5 years. And I've had no major problems with it. The only things I've replaced are the front bushings, which you can see in my video, and the wheel studs are the 2 major things that I've had. Apart from that, the machine has always started. It's never failed me once. Even in cold weather, it's a very good starting machine. It does have the usual 570 pop when you accelerate and decelerate, and I think a lot of the machines, the 570, suffer from that.
One thing I did do is remove the front sway bar. It allows the front independent suspension to really move. You can see it in this small clip where the wheels just walk straight over this small log. A great improvement.
If you're after a very sporty model, this is not really the machine for you. I would go for one of the Rzr 900s or the XPs or some of the bigger machines that have a wider stance and the upgraded suspension system. I've used this hunting consistently for the last 3 years, and believe it or not, in the box of this, in the little box at the back there, you can get 2 full-size deer, northern deer. So it does carry quite a lot of equipment, and it's actually a very good hunting machine. I can go through places in the trail that you just can't get through, even with a quad, I would say, because you are enclosed, you've got the roll cage to push things out of the way, and you're not being thrown around in the machine too much. Okay, to summarize, if you like trail riding, you like the tighter trails, this is a great machine. A choice between the 570 version or the 800 engine in this, I would probably go for the 570 because it's a more modern ProStar engine and gearbox as opposed to the 800, which is an older engine and some people prefer, but it's not as fuel efficient. So overall, I think it's been a great machine for the last 3.5 years. I'm going to move on to a different type of machine because I want something that's more tuned to hunting from now on. I don't do as much trail riding as I used to, but I have no regrets buying this machine. I would buy it all over again. It's been a lot of fun. So thanks for watching.
And as always, thank you very much for watching. If you like my videos, leave me a comment, maybe a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe.